Good morning, everyone. So this is our chapters 2 and 3 for data structures and algorithms. Now we come to arrays. Remember our lesson in chapter 1, the types of addressing methods. So the first type of addressing method is the computed addressing, which refers to our arrays. So arrays are objects that help us organize large amounts of information. So this chapter focuses on array declaration in use, passing array and array elements as parameters, and arrays of objects. So an array is an ordered list of values. So an example here is numbers 79 up to 91 in random order, and a particular array has a name, and the indexes of each element in the array starts from 0 up to n minus 1, where n is the size of the array. Okay? So always remember that your index of the first element starts from 0. So suppose we have this particular expression is scores of 2, alin doon sa list natin kanina ang tinutukoy natin? Scores of index 2. So basically that is 94. So when we talk about scores of 9, that's 91. If we have scores of 10, that will be an error. So although the size of the array is 10, the last index is 9. So how are we going to manipulate the arrays? So we can actually assign a value. For example, scores of 2 is equal to 89. So kanina 94 yung nakikita nating value ni scores of 2. What will happen to 94? So it will disappear and will be changed into 89 if we have this statement. Scores of first is equal to scores of first plus 2. In this statement, alin yung nadadagdagan? Yung bang index o yung value ng ating element? Obviously, the value is being added by 2, not the index. Okay? And then we can also calculate the mean and display the results. Okay? Just like that. So we have some terms defined in this slide. So you just have to read on that. This will all be included on your exams. So how are we going to declare an array in Java? So we have the syntax int, which is the data type, the square brackets, pair of square brackets, and then the name of the array equals new square data type, and then square brackets inside it is the size of the array. You can also have the following declarations. So in this case, your prices has 500 elements in what particular data type? Float. We can also have separate the declaration and the initialization, just like that. So we have boolean and then square brackets, flag, semicolon, and then flags will be initialized into new boolean with size 20. And then the last one is a character array with 1,750 elements. So in C, we can declare an array using this particular syntaxes. You just have to indicate the size. But in Java, so long as there is no equal sign and then the new keyword, hindi po mai-instantiate yung ating array. So when we talk about bounds checking, sinabi ko nga kanina, the index starts from 0 up to size or length minus 1. So what will happen if in case a particular array is traversed from the start up to its end, tapos nasobrahan natin yung index. Okay. So an example here is this code. This one. So yung for loop sa baba, ano kaya yung may error dyan? So obviously, the problem is this one. So the symbol less than or equal to 100. Why? Because it will still loop until the size of the array, which has 100 values as stated above. Now, what is the solution to this particular problem? It's either you remove the equal sign or you replace 100 by the last index of the last element, which is 99. Okay. So kapag na-encounter itong error na ito, yung problem na nakadrawing dyan sa ating situation, Ang tawag doon ng Java ay array index out of bounds exception. We can also have an initializer list in declaring an array in Java. So same syntax, we have int, the data type, and then pair of square brackets, and then the name of the array. In this case, meron na po tayong initial value. Okay? So how many elements does units have? Obviously, it's 10. How about letter grades, which is an array of characters? Siyempre, meron tayong 5 values. So although I am skipping those definitions, you just have to read on that because those are included in our examination. Okay. How are we going to declare then an array of object? For example, string is a reference type, obviously. It's not a primitive data type. So pareho lang po ng syntax, string, square brackets, pair of square brackets, and then the name of the array is equal to new string and then the size of the array. So that's the end of our discussion about arrays. How about the discussion on linked lists? Okay. So the second type of addressing method is the link addressing method, wherein kapag may space pa sa ating RAM, ay maaari pang mag-create ng new nodes hanggat merong bakante sa RAM. Okay? So, a linked list is a collection of components called nodes. Every node except the last node contains the address of the next node. So, there are actually two types of linked lists. We have singly and doubly linked lists. So, yung dalawang parts ng isang node ay yung info or yung data or yung value, and then the second part is the link to the next node. Okay? So, the first node in the list is stored in a separate location called the head first or simply the list. In these examples, list po yung itutukoy natin dun sa pinakaunang node. Okay. So, how to initialize a particular list? Okay. In mathematics, this is the notation. In Java, the meaning is list is equal to null. Ibig sabihin, wala pang laman yung ating linked list. How are we going to insert a new node in a singly linked list? Okay. So, new node is equal to new node. Ang tawag po dito ay instantiation. And then, you assign the value for the new node, which is 1. And then, yung link natin, kukunin niya yung tinuturo ni list. Initially, list points to our null. Tama? So, yung link ng new node natin, kukunin niya yung pointer na iyon. Tapos, yung list, kukunin naman niya si new node. So, instead na iputuro niya si null, pupunta siya kay new node. So, ang magiging result ay ganito. Paano naman kapag mag-i-insert tayo sa bandang gitna? Okay? So, for example, we are going to insert a new node which value is 25 between 15 and 20. So, ang gagawin natin, we are going to assign a temporary node which will get the list and then traverse it into position -1. So, anong position ba natin i-insert si 25? So, that's 0, 1, 2, 3. So, 3 minus 1 is 2. So, yung temp natin, kukunin niya yung node na nakaturo doon sa position kung saan natin i-insert yung new node. Okay? And then, si new node.link, kukunin niya yung temp.link. Saan ba nakaturo si temp? Okay? Kay 20. So, yung pointer na iyon ay kukunin ni new node. Yan, mapupunta dyan. And then, yung temp.link naman, kukunin niya si new node. So, instead na nakaturo agad siya kay 20, pupunta siya kay 25. Paano naman kung magdi-delete tayo? So, if we are going to delete the first node, madali lang po. Ito lang po yung code na susundan natin. So, tatanggalin po natin dyan IC 5 sa listahan. Paano naman kung nasa gitna yung ating i-delete na node? Okay? So, we are going to assign temp1 to position -1. So, kung saan yung position nung i-delete natin, yun yung -1, yun yung magiging temp1. And then si temp2 naman, kukunin niya yung link na nakaturo ni temp1. So, saan ba nakaturo si temp1? Doon sa susunod na node. So, halimbawa, in this case, we're going to delete 15. Saan nakaturo si temp1? Kay 15. Okay? So, siya yung magiging temp2. Okay? And then, the next code is temp1.link will get temp2.link. Saan ba nakaturo si temp2? Kay 20. Kukunin ni temp1 yun. Tapos, i-assign mo si temp2 na maging null. So, madidelete na siya. Now, let's move on with doubly linked list. So dito, kanina isa lang yung pointer, puro pa kanan. Ngayon meron ng pabalik. Tama? So dalawa na siya. May next and prep na pointers na siya. So paano tayo mag-insert ng bagong node sa isang walang laman na list? Okay? So initially, yung list natin nakaturo kay null. Tapos lalagay mo sa isang new node. So dalawa po yung pointer, may isang pabalik, may isang papunta. So yung next daw po, kukunin niya yung tinuturo ni list. So saan ba nakaturo si list? Kay null. Tapos yung prep naman, automatic na. And then list will get new node. So si list, yung pointer niya po turo dito. So ang results po ay, or ang result ay ito. Okay. So if we are going to deal with a particular doubly linked case, malalaman natin na siya yung first node kapag yung prep pointer niya ay null. At siya naman yung last node kung ang next pointer niya, katulad dito sa figure, ay null din. Okay? So, if we are going to locate list.next, list, yung first node po yun, next agad, si 10 po yung tinuturo natin. If we have list next, that's 50. If we have list next, prep, that's 10. Okay? Nakuha po. Sir, paano kapag ka list next, apat yun tapos nag-prep. Subukan natin. So, list, next, tapos nag-prep. Si 20 po yung tinutukoy natin. Nakuha? Okay? Remember that kapag first node po siya, yung kanyang prep pointer ay null. Kapag last node naman po, ang kanyang next pointer ay null. So, this ends our discussion for today. I hope nakuha nyo kahit na maiksing panahon yung ating lesson. Thank you very much.